Yo! How's it going, everyone? It's that time once again. We are back. The Dokkan early stream. World Tournament results are in. How did you guys all do? Yeah, Bringer somehow got top 300. Bruh. Dude, how did you grind, like, so much in one? Because you must have done loads on the first day. And then, was it Sunday? I can't remember. Spent, like, all day doing Festival of Battles. Like, we know he was, because we were watching him do some of the runs live. And then still managed to end in such a high spot. I mean, I guess to be fair, depending on your time zone, you probably got to play like before the end, right? Because that's the unfortunate thing for me, as I said over the weekend, is because it ends at 6 AM. Unless I want to stay up like super late. By the time I go to bed, I think after, because the stream ended at like midnight, so by the time I went to bed on Sunday, it was probably about 1 AM. So the tournament's then on for like another 5 hours where I'm not playing. Because I'd kind of like just caught up to that guy who'd taken over at number 1. But obviously he then had 5 hours to where all he had to do was get like 3 or 4 wins to then be back in the lead, and then that was it. Somebody tagged me in a post though, I don't know if they just miscalculated, but someone was like, I should have been at around 50k, and here I am. I guess a lot of people were cheating, so I moved up, and he's at 24,000 overall. There's no way like 24,000 people above like the top 50k were cheating. So I feel like he must have just miscalculated, but there you go. So 844 overall, and then unsurprisingly at number 2 in the local. Again, every world tournament with Jackie Chun as the reward. I'm in that like privileged position now at the moment where I've got all of the set 19 things, so I don't need to worry about what it actually gives me. Still do the fights though, because I want those gold like barber sticker things. I feel like we need something to drop soon, keep the train rolling, since the 10th anniversary was a huge success. Yeah, because that's the thing, we got the new Red Zone stages yesterday. The new next Dokkan Fest is like the 1st, which is next Tuesday. So we've basically got a week to go from now where there like isn't any content basically. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised because I made the thread yesterday. I should post a link here because I'm not going to make the video just yet, obviously, because I'm streaming. But yeah, I made a thread yesterday for saying I want to make a proper discussion video about what people think about, like, does the Festival of Battles thing really matter? But like, you can see if you read the thread, but does Festival of Battles matter? I don't just want yes or no, I want to know why. What makes an event matter in your eyes? What events do fit that criteria? Let me know all your thoughts here. Have like a proper in-depth discussion video about it. And yeah, it's got a lot of replies already, so if you want to let me know your thoughts on that, do go to the link and reply. There's already only been 2 world tournaments since he came out. So we've got 2 more to go where he'll be the reward card. I didn't realise I hadn't actually properly done his bottom right hidden potential, so I used him on a team like the other day. I can't remember what it was, I can't remember what we were doing, but yeah, I used him on a team, thinking like, oh yeah, mine has a dupe in him, but I hadn't actually bothered doing the bottom right. Right. Let's get the second channel link pinned here as well. Yeah, that was definitely very unlucky. Like, if you lose to Vegito when he's got, like, 1 bar of HP. These are the guaranteed SSR tickets, and we got just Android 18 flying in. I'm going to get guaranteed SSR on this banner when all of the units on here are just like random banner SSRs that I don't need. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button. Shout out to everyone who's here nice and early for the start of the stream. Still the only like future Saga Blue Goku that we have. Yeah, I had a quick scan of like the thread, and it's interesting seeing what some of the people are saying, but like, and honestly, I'm surprised like more people have said that they think it does matter than I expected. Yeah, you can't make an event super long and super difficult at the same time, yeah. Well, yeah, because that's the thing, is it's like an event that is very... we've said the same thing about the World Tournament before. It's an event that's very weird. Oh, nice. Martian Vegeta. Remember the Nano LR saga? Yeah, like it's like the World Tournament. It's an event that's very weird to have in a mobile game where, like, every other event in the game takes you like 20 to 30 minutes to beat, maybe 40 for some of the new stages from like the anniversary that were a bit longer because the bosses have more HP. Because yeah, when it comes to mobile games specifically, like not everybody has the time to do an event that is like 3 hours long. Well, people are saying it matters because, like, they specifically said, like, it's the new hardest event in the game and stuff like that. Like, I'm not really sure why that means anything. Well, that was another one. But yeah, that's why I asked for, like, people to give detailed, like, replies on the thread, because when, like, if we're going to have the discussion about it, and then people just say, like, oh, it does matter, or it doesn't matter, and then that's all they put, it's like, okay. That doesn't really, like, doesn't, like, add anything to the discussion. Hey, Lazarus, how's it going? Yeah, so I don't need any of these, like, the featured World Tournament LRs. I'm pretty sure I don't need any of them. I should keep those tickets for when like a new one comes out, or like one is featured that I actually don't have rainbowed. Yeah, Big TX, how's it going? It's like the boss is... Oh, sweet. I think I didn't have him. He's the last new one that came out. Nice. You watch, this is where I'll check my box and it'll turn out that I actually did have him. I mean, the thing is, it's not like he's even good, it's just another unit that I don't have. But that's the thing, the last couple of bosses are hard, but then they also aren't. Like, it's like they're hard compared to other bosses in the game, but they're not hard because of like stacking until the last two. Because that's the thing, right? Like, even when you get to Vegito and Gogeta, you don't really have units that are stacked up to like 24 million defense at that point. So you've still got to have like some shenanigans happen to be able to survive in those phases, like the Vegito active skill. Because then, yeah, on the Vegito active skill turn, or like the Tech Bardock active skill turn, then yes, they do have like 24 million defense, but that's not the usual thing, right? So many random Yamchas. Oh, all those extra free-to-play ones I got that I don't need.
All right.
Yeah, because that's the thing, you just build up and save your actives. It's like Daima, Goku and Glorio are the hardest phases, I think. Or the hardest phase, because that's the point where you have to then, like, decide how you want to... You've got to decide how you're going to play it at that point, because it's like, do you actually, like, bring out a Vegito and then potentially... like, not have one ready for the last, like, phase? It's super annoying. Because yeah, this guy doesn't have a... Yeah, he doesn't have a TUR. Yeah, Preston Kitty, how's it going? Oh, yeah, I haven't looked at these yet. I always get those. I just try and save, then I try and save up and get the large ones wherever we can. I'm pretty sure I had a red stone from like the anniversary thing that I just didn't use. Which on the one hand I know is dumb to like forget, but at the same time they're like literally I don't need any of the units. Like all the ones that had gotten like super easy ace and stuff, I already had their hidden potential set to like what I want them to be. Like I just didn't need them. Shove those on in there. Yeah, the fact they have so much HP between the two of them as well. Bro went up to 9 out of 10, are you serious? So I think, I don't know. I'm not sure whether that. I don't know whether the Super Saiyan 4 Daima Goku is something they would save to be an LR or not. Which, if they do, I could see him being like the Tanabata unit. Although that would be, even though it's from Daima and not from GT, that would be Super Saiyan 4 Goku as the Tanabata unit 2 years in a row. I hate those Inkais so much. I mean, honestly, at this point, I might as well just leave him at SA9, or what does it even matter? Goku has like one link to go. Yeah, I can't believe Roshi is such a disappointing unit at 55%. I didn't get him when he first came out, and like now that I finally got him. I mean, to be fair, I've only really tried him out on the Kid Goku team where he only gets a 170 lead, but yeah, exactly. Like, there's so many things that can go wrong in that phase as well. Like you say, like Gogeta, you might have to put Gogeta in slot 1 because let's say one of them is supering straight away at the beginning of slot 1, but then the other one is supering like right as the first attack after Gogeta. Well, that's supposed to be fair. In that situation, you just target the other one. But like, or they could both be supering in slot 1, but they're both supering as their first attack after Gogeta attacks. So you kind of don't really have a choice but to put him in slot 1, so you can counter one of them, and then whoever he attacks gets their super like action broken away. There's a couple of different situations where like you can end up where you basically have to put Gogeta in a certain spot. Also, I think we've all seen it. Like, it happened to me. I know it's happened to Drace. I don't know if it did happen to Bringer at one point, but like you lose against Glorio and Daima Goku because Gogeta doesn't counter the super. He like eats it and he like takes double-digit damage. You don't have to worry about like him dying, but he doesn't counter it, so you don't do the extra damage to them, and then you don't kill them by the end of the third turn, and you lose. That's how I almost lost. Like the run I won, where I was saying like Broly saved the run, is because Gogeta didn't counter Daima Goku's super. So as it got to like slot 3, Goku was still alive. But because it was the Int Broly active skill turn, and obviously there was a Goku enemy, he was doing like 100 million attack stats, and he managed to kill him. And if that had been like Namek Goku in slot 3, it wouldn't have killed him. Hey, nice, Preston. They super 2 for what? Like, yeah, it's like No, it's like 17.5 million, and they do 5 million damage normals. But yeah, there's 2 of them.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, imagine getting 2.5 hours in and then you lose to the turn counter because Gogeta didn't counter a super. No, that's crazy. Yeah, is it just me? Like, because obviously I don't really follow Legends. I see people like who post about stuff, but like, did they skip? They skipped the mini Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right, and just went straight to the adult one. Pulled 5 DB units from this World Tournament tickets that I can actually use. Damn. Yeah, I pulled that Tech Yamcha. I still need 1 copy of that physical Jackie Chan for him to be Rainbow. Yeah, they skipped mini Super Saiyan 4. Interesting. Seems weird.
All right, let's do this.
Everyone's prediction for the April Fool's game mode that will be added. Yeah, what we're saying on the stream would be like Dokkan bowling or something would be really funny. It's just a shame sometimes that those modes aren't real, because some of them would be pretty funny, little time wasters. But then people don't like Petan, and that's like an easy little, like, press a couple of buttons and then you're done. So if they added these other random game modes, I don't know if people would actually think. Does the unit's chance of damage reduction reset for every attack they receive? Chance of damage reduction? I think it depends which unit you're talking about, because some of the passives are different. I'm trying to think off the top of my head one of the units that has a chance to have damage reduction. Yo, Girth, how's it going? Want to join the Assassin's Creed streams? I don't have the game yet. Don't want to be spoiled. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of trying to focus on doing a lot of the story missions, like on stream. Oh, the free-to-play tech bomber. Yeah, so hers, for example, once it activates, it's then active for the rest of the turn. Well, you say that releasing powerful mini versions first, but the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is pretty underwhelming. I put that in my survey thing, saying that he was undertuned and wasn't powerful enough for the anniversary content, considering he released as like the EX unit. Yeah, 883 to 844. Yeah, the survey, the last day to have done the survey was yesterday. I should have had Garden also stacked, yeah. Well, it's funny because people talk about like festival of battles. One of the things I've seen people say is festival of battles matters because look at us now getting these like stacking units. But like, why did they not? Even though he came out first, why did they not make Diamond Vegeta a stacker then? If that event was just about to come out, like. But yeah, funny enough, like I didn't do it until like the last minute. I did it Monday, I think, morning. But yeah, you had until yesterday to do it, which is obviously Tuesday, the 25th. You had until the 25th to do it. I've got to do a stage 2 more times just to be able to get the thing. Do this one just because it's faster, even though it's not the best link level stage, it's just faster. I think every streamer should have cat emotes.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, make sure you guys like the stream. Shout out to everyone that came out over the weekend. As I'm sure you all know at this point, we hit 30,000 subscribers over the weekend during the World Tournament weekend event. The weekend event went very well. Basically streamed for the full like 8 hours. Friday, Saturday and Sunday, lots of World Tournament grinding. Yeah, we saw the like trailer for that. Was it State of Play? The Berserker thing. Looked interesting. But the trailer that they showed, it was no gameplay, was it? It was just like an FMV. So that's the thing with those kind of like things. It's like you can watch it and be like, oh, okay, that looks interesting, but it doesn't show like if you don't see anything of the game, it's hard to get like super hyped about it. People have been streaming it. Oh, what, is it out already? I'll find the guy that no iron festival battles with double LR. Double LR for Geo Blue? What? Wait, what? I heard that somebody did it with them on the team, but not like with them as the leaders.
All right, Let's do this.
Yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I've got tons of new members over the weekend as well, so shout out to all you guys. Make sure you let us know in the chat what your favourite of the channel emotes are that you now have access to. We are, what? We got to 471, so 29 members away from 500. I think, unfortunately, because we got to such a high height, like one time, I think it was the time where Global had like a world tournament, like back to back, like within like a month of each other. I don't think we unlock another emote slot until we get to like 600, or it might even be 700. So we'll get there one day, I'm sure, but but if you do want to help support the channel, becoming a channel member, gifting a channel membership is the best way to do so. Helps to support me and the channel, lets people get those perks. In fact, I mentioned doing it over the weekend, but I should do it now. So I'm going to create a post now for members only. So only channel members will be able to see the posts on the YouTube community tab. So yeah, so as friend this time again, going to be removing some old / inactive people, so some slots will be open. Post your frame codes here. So that's now posted on the community tab, but you can only see the post if you are a channel member. So if you can see that post and you're not on my friends list already, go ahead and drop your friend code on there. And then yeah, after the stream, I will go through my friends list and clear out some people. Make some spaces. Wasn't here for when you hit 30k, but congrats, awesome, much deserved. Yeah, it was on the Sunday. I think it was at some point. I started streaming at 4 in the afternoon UK time, so I think it was somewhere around 6. It was not long before dinner. It was around 6 or 7, I think. But it jumped straight up as well, because before I'd refreshed it, it was at like, we had like 3 or 4 to go, and then I refreshed it and it was at like 30,001. So I didn't get in time. I didn't get the screenshot of it exactly at 30,000. But yeah, it was 30,001. Let's get this extra Battlefield week run done. Up to 510, yeah. Got to get out to at least a decent number ready for the April Fool's Dokkan Fest, which will be next week. So we should see a teaser, like, what, Sunday morning, I guess? The one that has, like, a new Dokkan event is coming thing. First Berserker comes out tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, the ore thing is permanent. And it's like constantly just resets, like the rewards. Like it's an infinite number of stones, but you only get so many ores every week. So I mean, I'm not really sure why anyone would trade them in for anything other than stones, but you have that option. Thing is as well, it's like they're weekly missions as well. So even if you're just doing your dailies every day, you should usually end up completing all the missions and getting the ores. But yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I always forget that what the exact first one was, because I always thought it was the one that I made about the running the extreme physical team, but apparently I put up one. I probably just was testing it out first. But I put out 2 on the same day, or 3 on the same day apparently. I don't even remember that. Because yeah, I put up 1 a day for a while, although there were a couple of days that were missed. Like, the very first video went up on November the 22nd, 2017. And then yeah, I put up 3 on the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, then I missed the 26th and the 28th apparently. Yeah, my very first video was Rising Dragon Carnival summons and bonus World Tournament ticket summons. And I did a showcase for the free-to-play Int Gotenks, and that was before he even had a TUR Awakening. And then yeah, the how to run Extreme Physical without Cooler. Which was like the main reason why I made the channel, like decided to make videos. Was to do like a series of videos on how to run the Mono 120 teams back in that meta. If you hadn't pulled the actual like main unit. Because Cooler was a unit that I was really waiting for and then I didn't get him. So I had to run my extreme physical team using like the physical Broly. And then I had a Fusions summons video. The STR Janemba and Int Gogeta summons. This is the kind of thing that people would, because Dokkan events used to be kind of challenging, I guess, back then, because there wasn't any more difficult content. Like, I've got a video of, like, after me pulling Super 17, that's just, like, Extreme AGL versus Janemba 50 stamina stage. Because, of course, back then, the stage to give you the medals was 50 stamina, not 25. And then, yeah, how to run... I made my first all Bardock team video. That was December the 2nd, 2017, with Marseille as the leader. Announcement for LR Vegeta Blue after the election thing. Physical Super Saiyan 3 Gotenk summons. Yeah, I made an all Frieza clan team, the video was called. I basically made a Wicked Bloodline team before categories were a thing. Because the Tech Final Form Cooler, his leader skill was like Tech, AGL and Physical units. So, it was basically just Tech, AGL and Physical, Frieza and Cooler characters. I didn't even see what. Yeah, it's AGL. Show us how the new Easy 8 or tournament characters could be used in teams. I mean, I made showcases for them. I kind of talk about it in the videos because, like, the Goku Black, for example, can only really be used on an extreme team with 1 unit of each type, which doesn't really have a great spot at the moment. Yeah, the SBR stage is 10 at a time thing. It was cool when they all came out, but then I guess there's a plus and negative to it, right? Because it was cool when the stages did come out because you had loads to do. And some of them, especially for the no items run, like some of them would be really easy and get them done on like day 1. And then some of them would be hard and take a little bit longer. But then, of course, the problem is once you've then done them all, because they were only dropping them, because they were dropping them 10 at a time, you'd have to wait like 6 to 8 months before they dropped any more. Sometimes even longer. But at least you got all the rewards in one go. Like at least like if there was a new LR, you weren't then like waiting like you are now. Yeah, it was kind of fun because it's like you're trying to decide like which ones to do first, which ones to focus on. Especially for me with like trying to get the no item runs done. It's like try and get the easier ones done quickly and get them out, or do you want to try and do the harder ones first and get them out before anyone else has? That was kind of fun. Yeah, the last ESBR stage was quite some time ago, wasn't it? Jackie Chan Easy A's okay. Problem is, like, the DB Saga lead, like, especially with that Kid Goku, the Jackie Chan's only on his 170 lead. But yeah, I think his defense just doesn't get up high enough for him to be, like, really useful. Yeah, Prof, how's it going? Yeah, refresh your pattern, everyone. Did that at the start of the stream. Picked up my 5 stones with the treasure reward things. Prepare if we still had training in the clouds. True. True. We missed that event. Get 1 Elder Kai for 35 ores. Imagine like getting an Elder Kai instead of 5 stones. I'm done link leveling again. Yeah, if we got on a 200% or 220 lead where either the 30 or 50 is the same as the main leader skill. What do you mean, like Pure Saiyan's 170 and then plus like 30% to Pure Saiyans? Because they've never, I don't think they ever would do that. Hey Toon, how's it going? Yeah, no, I don't know about that. To be fair, I was gonna say as a joke, I'll shave my beard the same day that you do your face reveal, but then if you actually ever do one at some point, then I would have to do it, which I don't want to. Hey, shout out to Preston Kitty for gifting a channel membership. I appreciate you, my dude. But in honour of Toon joining the chat, we can get an honorary Toon L. Shout out to LR, oh no, is it L Saratobi for receiving the channel membership. Yeah, now don't put that on me, then people will start blaming me. Although, to be fair, if you put that power in my hands, I actually might be tempted. So you better be careful. But yeah, shout out to Preston Kitty, shout out to L Saratobi. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We've got Toon in the chat. Here for the live Toon L's, you'd love to see it. Now somebody, I can't remember why it was brought up, but somebody did mention it over the weekend, and I still am under the impression / believe that it's not going to happen at any point. So. Yeah, the day Toon does a face reveal will be the day he gets a gifted membership. Now that I think about it, would you shave your beard when you hit 50k subs, maybe 100k? I would not know. There's a couple of things. There's a couple of the reasons, really, though, because it's like, obviously the first one and the most important one is because I don't want to. I grew a beard for a while, like a few years back, and then she decided randomly to just shave it, and hated it, and immediately decided I didn't like. I regretted it immediately, so just regrew it. But also, it's kind of like it comes back to. It's a little bit. It's not the exact same thing, but. It's kind of like what I've said before about doing like giveaways and stuff where people are like, oh, you have to sub to enter this like competition or whatever. Obviously, I want people to subscribe to the channel, but I want people to subscribe to the channel because they like the content and stuff, and not because like, oh, if we all subscribe and this guy gets to a certain amount, he's going to shave his beard. Like, that's not, you know what I mean? What is my super tech team supposed to be? You as the leader, I guess. I mean, there's no Gohan though. I can't remember what thing I changed for like my super tech. Yeah, exactly, because people will sub for like because they want to see the goal, or like especially giveaways, people will sub because they want to win whatever the thing is, but then they won't necessarily like actually watch any of your videos. So it's like That's the thing. The subscriber number is all well and good. Like, you want to have subs, but you want people to watch your videos. Like, it's nice to celebrate like big sub goals and stuff like that. But yeah, it's like you want people who are watching, people like you guys that come out to the streams and stuff. Shout out to everyone who's in the stream. And I said this over the weekend. It's one of those things that like I've mentioned it in the past, but I try and mention it a bit more recently because, you know, people who lurk in the streams as well. Everyone is very much appreciated. Because sometimes we'll have like, you know, 80, 90, 100 people, and not everyone is always super active in the chat. But that is very common in streams. Like, not everybody wants to be like talking in the chat and stuff. Some people just like hanging out in the stream. So shout out to everybody. You know, Jaren, how's it going? Oh god. Why does Discord look completely different? So there isn't any cat merch, no. Where did I place in the World Tournament? 844. You seen the player ammo link in the chat. What is that for? Well, it's funny you should mention that, actually. And take a well-placed sip from my player ammo shaker. In fact, I have a handy little info video that will tell you guys everything you need to know. Gaming and energy drinks have always gone hand in hand, and as Dokkan players, we can always use more stamina. Whether you're link leveling to boost that power level, working your way through the new events of a celebration, or just waking up super early for the crazy time banners are dropping these days, you can always use a good pick-me-up. Introducing Player Ammo. This powder-based energy drink not only tastes good, but it's made with no sugar or artificial colours or flavours. Best of all, Player Ammo has a 100% official and licensed partnership with Dragon Ball, making it the perfect match. There are 3 great flavours to choose from in the Dragon Ball collab: the OG Dragon Ball Pineapple Coconut Crush, the DBZ Lemon, Lime and Mint, and the Dragon Ball Super Black Cherry Blast. There are plenty of Dragon Ball shakers to be had as well, all with officially licensed Dragon Ball art. Able to ship anywhere within the UK, with future expansion being worked on as we speak, this is a great time to get on board with a tasty, healthy energy drink from a company started by fellow gamers and anime fans. You can use the referral links down below and use code TheMaskedIngen at checkout to get 10% off your order. So I hope you guys will give them a look, and shout out to everyone at the Player Ammo team for partnering with the Ningen Club. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah, there you go. My hand model debut, yep. I know, right? You saw that Beerus one. I was going to say, the Beerus one. I've got the there's the Kid Goku one in the background. I've got the blue Goku one at the moment. I've got the Super Saiyan 3 Goku one and the Piccolo one as well downstairs. So but yeah, they do only ship within the UK currently, unfortunately. But if you are one of the viewers who is within the UK, audio was, yeah, I wasn't sure how high because I just realised when I pressed play that it was set to like my old settings, so I was worried it was going to be super loud because I've changed some of my audio settings now so that like my mic is now further away because I was getting a lot of new comments like of people complaining that they could hear me breathing. So I've changed my setup a little bit so my mic's further away, which means I've had to like turn everything, like turn the audio thing up a bit and turn everything else like down a little bit. The sound at the beginning was fine, okay. Because yeah, I was worried it was going to start off too loud, so I turned it down. Because yeah, I suddenly noticed when it started playing like how high the soundbar on that was going. It was like so much louder than like the music in the background that's playing right now, for example. Although I don't know the right volume thing for that. I'm hoping that the background music, the game sound, and then my talking is all at like the right balance. But yeah, Discord like UI's changed. The thing is, I swear it's changed like since the stream started. Because I'm sure I opened it like first thing this morning, and then now it's different. It's not majorly different, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, you might not have it yet, to be fair. Crystal Flowers does not matter. Yeah, it might not. The update might not be live for everybody yet. But yeah, make sure you guys check out the second channel, link pinned in the chat. We'll be going to be playing more Repo tomorrow night with the gang. We're going to have a full 6-player games. It's going to be me, Little Blue, Raldo, Prof, Teller, Sister Ningen. It's going to be absolute chaos, I'm sure, with 6 people. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be tomorrow night. Yeah, festival battles does not matter. Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to go through those replies and stuff properly. But yeah, Toon, I don't know if you've seen it, but if you see the give this tweet a reply with your thoughts if you want to help add some extra thought to the video. Still rocking the good old super physical Goku family team. After beating Festival Battles, it's fair to see how this event matters. Well, that's the thing, it's like, that's why it's an interesting thing to have a discussion, like, and in the tweet that I made, where it says, like, what do you think makes an event matter? Because a lot of people say the same thing about, like, the Red Zone. Like, the new one comes out, you beat it, and then you never play it again. So, like... And obviously the Red Zone is slightly different, because you do get, like, missions added and stuff. But... Well, he dodged Kid Goku, that's outrageous. Twice? Bruh. Finally, we actually managed to hit him. I can't believe he dodged the first 3 attacks of the whole thing. That's crazy. Yeah, MUI boo. And then he just got stunned anyway at the end. So, I mean, he can still dodge when he's stunned, but, which is funny. The enemies can do that. Honestly, I think that the Festival of Battles, up until a certain point, I guess, when you get to phase, like... Excuse me. Until you get to phase 41, I think Festival of Battles commits, like, probably the greatest sin that any sort of, like, mode or, like, thing in a game, any sort of game itself, can do, which is that it's boring. Because you don't really have to think very much. Like, I mean, I guess the first, it's got that weird bit at the beginning where the you can, like, when you've only got one turn to beat the enemy, you can have those turns where you, like, miscalculate or whatever, and then you end up losing. Usually because of the turn counter, right? But, like, especially once you get to the point where it's like you have 2 turns for the boss, it just becomes so easy at that point, and then because it is just mindless stack after that point. So it's not difficult, it's just time consuming for that portion. And it's then when you get to the last couple of phases where it becomes hard and you have to really think about like what you're doing. But yeah, UI Goku turn 1 against the end boss cooler is really useful, considering how much this guy can super. Just have a unit that like literally cannot take damage on turn 1. Yeah, your brain can completely shut off in the end if you don't take breaks, causing minor mistakes. Yeah, that would be really annoying. If you've been playing it for like 2 hours solid and then you just make a mistake because you've been playing it for 2 hours solid and you're starting to get a bit like tired / distracted. He didn't get stunned. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not like we never got stackers before, but now, like, every unit that comes out that has stacking, people are going to be like, "See, it was designed for the new event." Like, well, that's the thing. Like that kid Goku, for example, he himself individually is good for the new event, but he doesn't work on like the team that like most people are using. Doesn't share any key links. Only gets a 170 lead. Like, he's just not very good for that team. Like. Kaigoku's gonna get killed here, isn't he? Oh no, not quite. Unless he gets supered again, which can happen. Yep. Jeez. Wow, he survived. Do I just rely on UI Goku? I guess. Oh, didn't see that. Yeah, that's why my first clear was like 9 hours, because I literally played some in the evening, then I turned it off and went to sleep, and then I woke up and like streamed the end part. I beat the stage. I took an hour break when I got to Diamond Goku and Gloria. Yeah, you need all of your brain active for that phase, 100%. Cora's got a lot of health. Yeah, I could just do that. Veku for the win. Love to see that. Tech Fraud Han, how's it going? Tech Fraud Han. I really want to try the double Glorio leads team run on this, because I feel like if you get lucky enough it can be done, but at the same time I really don't want to get all the way to like get all the way to Vegito at the end and then like Glorio doesn't dodge in slot 3 and we just lose. Why does it want to give me... I guess he leads accelerated battle. Goresh with the Rainbow Glorio. Interesting.
All right, let's do this.
To make matters worse, I've arrived. Hey, look, it's mega nice. The single summon agenda carrier. Oh, thank goodness. It's only the auto map that's on. I was like, oh no, it's on auto. OBS is confusing. I think it's usually okay for the most part, but I'm gone from the friends list, it's okay, I'm busy. That's right, I usually try and like, because obviously there are people in the past who have, because obviously I make the post members only, there are people who obviously have received gifted memberships who post on there, and I try and give everyone like an equal opportunity, but when it comes to like spring cleaning out the friends list, obviously I will try and keep people on who I know are regulars, because if I'm doing a stream and I'm doing challenge runs and I want someone to set a friend for me, it's no good if like none of the people in the stream who can actually set the leaders for me are not on my friends list. So yeah, no worries, Preston Kitty. Have a good one. The only thing I do need to make sure I do is I do want to get the Term 5 Goku set up, so I'm going to do this. Yeah, sorry, I did see, but I just needed a Glorio, and there was already the Rainbow Goresh one right there, so... I mean, if you want to set a backup Glorio for me, because I'll probably carry on this run, like, at the gym or something, but... Because I'm obviously not going to have time to do it now, for like 40 minutes until the stream ends, but yeah, there's quite a few people that have replied already. Make sure you guys check out the post on the YouTube community tab. You can see the post if you are a member. You can drop your friend code and get added onto the list. Right, you need to be stacking always, so keep you there. Winning with a Goresh friend lead is unforgivable. I mean, there was a guest rainbow one there, but they had no equips. Why would I want the one with no equips? Yeah, I'm surprised that, to be honest, I was surprised that he hadn't done it earlier, but then I guess, like I say, I don't know enough about, maybe just really enjoyed his job. I know he moved to Japan for his job, so... I guess mine needs more stacks, so... Dude, I would play Rivals with you. I played Rivals the day it came out, and then I streamed it like that first weekend, and then I feel like after that, then everybody started playing it. Like, I've never played it with anyone else, because like everyone else started playing it after I first played it, and then just like didn't play it because I had no one to play it with. See, I can't remember what day it was it came out, but I played it, and then on like the next Saturday, like the Saturday right after it came out, like within a couple of days, played it on stream on the second channel, and my friend Dan joined. We had like a few games, and then yeah, I think that was actually the last time I played it. I feel like with those games it's really difficult as well, like if you don't keep on it. Like, I already, just from playing it a few times when it first came out, didn't really understand like the builds and like who was good and all that kind of stuff, and now that it's been out for so long and there's like an established meta and stuff, I feel like it'd be even harder to just jump in and play. getting two playing chained together is peak fiction. I've seen a clip of someone playing that. It was I can't remember his name now. Austin Creed from WWE, one of the New Day people that's like massively into gaming. I think it was him playing it with like Ricochet. It was like a clip of them playing it. It looks insane. That kind of game would actually drive me crazy. Especially when it's like if the other person then makes a mistake and you both just go flying off the thing, like... Yeah, that would be funny. Yeah. Yeah, the ones who aren't LRs is the second year anniversary characters. Guess who still hasn't attempted this mode? You. That's right, bigger. Yeah, fair. I mean, the thing is, like, I would say do the first 25 stages just to get the 25 stones, and then if you don't actually fully beat it in that first attempt, it's not the end of the world. But getting the 25 stones is nice. I'm obsessed with getting the rare titles, so I had to complete it. Yeah, see, these are the kind of turns where you have to be careful, because, like, Gohan not getting hit first means that he's not going to do a lot of damage. So I need to keep the Vegeta out, really, just to make sure we do enough damage to win this turn. Yeah, I'm still surprised, like, yeah, crazy how Dokkan, Legends got Super Saiyan 4 Goku before Dokkan. I'm surprised they skipped the mini one. Because I feel like Dokkan's doing it in, like, the order, right? We've got the mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I feel like we'll get mini Goku next. Then it'll be like adult Vegeta, and then the adult Goku. Potentially with Goma as, like, a dual Dokkan first. But yeah, Dokkan, like, the last couple of big projects, like, Dokkan has been behind. Legends, like, almost, well, wasn't it it was basically a meme, right? Like, every other Dragon Ball game got Beast before Dokkan. Like, a playable Beast. I think he even came out in, like, Fortnite as a skin before he came out in Dokkan. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that's the thing. I will literally only ever play this game, almost said. I will only play this game mode again for the sake of content. I genuinely can't think. I genuinely, it's not even like an exaggeration. I know people will say, like, genuinely when they don't mean it. They're just trying to emphasize a point. But, like, I genuinely don't understand why anyone would play this mode again after you beat it for the first time. Unless it's to make content. Like... Yeah, I'm surprised. The thing is, though, the mini Daima characters don't count as youth. So if they did, it would make sense, like, to have the release kind of be like that, especially with the Kid Goku being a youth leader. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the Daima go, because they're all on time travelers for some reason, which was then never explained, which we all kind of assumed something would happen towards the end of Daima that would explain why the characters in Dokkan are on time travelers. If the Daima Goku gets some kind of like 220 lead for time travelers, it means Bardock could get a 220 team and be a great support on that team with all the super class characters. That'd be awesome. Yeah, they're not on it for, like, it's basically the same reasons that the what do you call it, the GT versions aren't. Which, like, you can argue that they should be, which I think is probably fair, but Demon King Piccolo should get you be on youth because he gets youth. I mean, that is kind of true, but yeah, that's the thing. The translation is different, isn't it? Yeah, time travelers transcend time and space. The thing is, though, it gets really dicey with stuff like that, because it's like, if they're on time travelers because they travel to a different, like, realm, like, I guess it's because it's transcend time and space. Does that mean, like, every Tournament of Power character should be on time travelers because they all like travel to a different, like, the Void realm or whatever it was where the Tournament of Power arena was? And then, yeah, technically Dabura being from the Demon Realm, every Dabura character should now be on time travelers. Yeah, that's true. Dokkan categories are a huge mess, which is something that we've known for a long time, so it's not really surprising, but yeah. And then, yeah, Glorio should be on the category because he travels to the realm to get them and then goes back again. So why is he not on it? Yeah, it's weird. Like, the thing is, we all thought it was going to be like, oh, are they going to, like, is there going to be like a time reversal at the end or something to explain, like, how it all fits into the timeline or something, and then... But yeah, but I mean, it's a good, in a way, it's good for the categories because obviously it makes some of the, like, connections better, like Bardock obviously wanting to be with, like, some time travelers and stuff like that, like, and supporting time travelers. It means Bardock supports all of the superclass, will support all the superclass Daima characters for 50%, right? So if like obviously they keep the adult ones on there, which I assume they will, so like adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima and like adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, if they're time travelers characters, which they should be, Bardock will be giving them 50% support, which means he's probably going to end up being useful on their team, which is good. But hopefully at least one of them is giving him a 220 lead, so he actually has a 220 team. Yeah. Yeah, Earth protecting heroes is Earth saving heroes. Only the characters who actually succeeded in protecting the Earth are on Earth protecting heroes. Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had any chances to stack defense with this Vegeta because of the awkward rotation, so I'm just going to float them off. He's gotten a few decent attacks in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's one of my big contentions is that STR Future Gohan, his active skill is literally like a what if of him like actually defeating the androids, but he's still not on Earth Protecting Heroes. It's like, huh? But why? Okay, there's a JP news update, but it's only something to do with like a bug for a certain mission. So nothing actually interesting. Wario giving that one key in slot 3 is actually so useful as well. I'll never forget Apathy's beef with El Gotenks where he shouldn't be on Kamehameha because he didn't fire it off in the show. I mean, sure, but the unit does it, so like, that's crazy. I mean, that's the thing, that just makes that Gotenks unit even better with the fact that he actually is on the Kamehameha category. Yeah, exactly. Like, every Z Warrior should be on it. That's the thing, because even though they themselves might have lost in the process, like, all the Z fighters that pulled up to fight, like, the Saiyans, even though it was eventually just Goku that won, and I guess arguably Krillin to a certain extent, maybe even Yajirobe, but they still won. They succeeded in protecting the Earth from Vegeta, even if they got their ass beat, like, along the way. Like, why are they not on there? So every Saiyan saga, like Tien, Yamcha, Krillin, like they should all be on Earth Protecting Heroes. That shot is literally him right before they defuse, so they were gonna do it. Yeah. Gotenks the best end of year unit released besides Orange Piccolo. Yeah, probably. I mean, the LR Super Saiyan trio when they came out were really good, but they obviously weren't like perfect because they were like a big damage dealer, but they weren't the craziest tank. But yeah, like they were really good on release. But yeah, in terms of how good on release in the meta, like at the time, Gotenks definitely better. I suppose that is kind of true, yeah. Even if he did defeat the androids, they'd kind of already destroyed a large portion of the Earth and killed like hundreds and thousands of people at that point. This could be awkward. Okay, never mind. I overestimated how much HP these guys potentially had. Goku with his unrelenting kicks. Yeah, getting some good build up for these guys. They're not critting is actually helpful, right? Because they do less damage and therefore can get more stacks. And here we go. This is where we're on easy street for a little while because we get 2 turns to kill the enemy. So funny how DPS Trunks is on Earth protecting heroes. It's both accurate and inaccurate. Yeah, because that's the other thing, I guess, we were saying about future Gohan defeating the androids. Like, in that timeline, Goku Black's already killed, like, a large majority of the humans. And then, yeah, the Spirit Sword doesn't actually even defeat Zamasu. And then the timeline gets erased. So how is he on Earth protecting heroes? Also, we got to see firsthand. I thought that it may have just been him making a mistake or something. I don't know, skill issue perhaps. But we got to see firsthand how unlucky Bringer is with orbs when we were watching those Festival of Battles runs. I don't think I've ever seen someone get so unlucky with like bad ki. Oh yeah, true. It's the same Trunks that in his timeline defeated the androids and like Majin Buu. Like, that is true. It folds. Hey, shout out to Red Lord Gaming for the $2 super chat. I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today, my dude. Yeah, Ki is your biggest enemy. Ki and the turn counter are the biggest enemies in this event. It's kind of amusing thinking of Dokkan devs sitting down having an in-depth discussion about what are the specifications for protecting the Earth and how do they apply to this character. I know, right? Like, how do they make that decision of, like, this character does count and this character doesn't. That would be very interesting to know what the exact parameters are for those things. Keep the spirit sword, but it's an absolute bad patch job. Trunks actually killing himself by accident. Masu does for real, but Trunks. I mean, to be honest, like, it just, the ending of that whole thing would have just been better if the spirit sword just killed Zamasu. Like, I don't understand why. Some people have said it's like they had to have for whatever reason, they had to have a reason to have a second Zeno. But I feel like, what about the Tournament of Power arc or anything like that would have to change if there was only one Zeno? Well, they could still have an excuse to have a tournament and all that kind of stuff if there's only one Zeno. Like, there's no reason why the end of the Trunks arc had to be so, like, such a massive down note. Yeah, the coup makes it into rapid growth. Yeah, exactly. Like Trunks staying in the current timeline. Like if they didn't want him to be in the current timeline, then that's another reason why it should have just defeated Zamasu, and then they stay in their own timeline. Like. Jiggle, jiggle, it folds. Hey, shout out to Redlaw Gaming for the $5 super chat. An extension to the hidden potential system or slots would go crazy. 11th anniversary? Question mark. Yeah, I think that's something that people have talked about for a while. Although, I think they'd have to revamp the current system as opposed to like add, you know, like you need a 5th dupe or something. But yeah, changing the skill tree paths. Now that units have so many abilities in their kit already. One of the big things that people talk about quite a lot is adding in hidden potential options for things like damage reduction, like chance to guard. Like imagine if you could have that for like a support unit and then you could give them a full build where they had like a really high chance to guard. Like, would be super useful. So yeah, that kind of thing would be really interesting for the future. Yeah, that would be good as well. If you have a certain amount of additional, it's always a super and not just the 50% chance, because that can be really annoying. I mean, there's very few situations, unless a character already has really high attack power or has like a really high chance to crit, an additional normal is kind of pointless. Because yeah, at least an additional normal, if it crits from some characters, can still do like a decent bit of damage. But for the most part, if you're getting the hidden potential additional and it's only a normal, it kind of feels like a waste of time. But yeah, that'd be nice. It feels like exactly that. If your auditioner is at like a certain level, then it's a guaranteed super. That would be cool. Villains need a category that encompasses a large portion of them. Call it like universal threat or something. Yeah. Well, no, 30 dodge would still just be 30% chance to dodge, but... What would you consider as the most needed quality of life update for Dokkan? I mean, literally, before I even read the end of your sentence, it is literally the friends system. And yeah, the ability to mirror units. Because yeah, well, like, because that's the thing we used to say. Obviously now it's a little bit easier to find sometimes, especially for me. It's always easier, right? Because of you guys. Like, I can get people to set friends. I can message in the Discord, stuff like that. But like, if you're somebody who pulls for some of the lesser popular characters or like the smaller, like filler Dokkan Fests, like, imagine trying to run Topo's team now. Like, can you actually find a Topo friend on the friends list? Like, I don't know. But you wouldn't need to worry about it if the system was just that you could just copy your own leader. So if you want to run Topo's team, boom, there's a copy like of your Topo that you just run as a friend. Because yeah, people obviously I think should only really summon on the big celebrations anyway. But like, I feel like it less incentivizes you to summon for these random characters. Because like a lot of people were saying it was really difficult to find Glorio friends because, you know, a lot of people didn't summon on the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest because we're saving for the anniversary. So then the people who did summon for him, and he's really good, and his team's really fun to run, and then you can't find any friends, so then you can't actually run the team. Right. So then what are you supposed to do? I'm not getting anywhere near as high, like, stacks at this point as I would like. Probably at this point better to actually waste the Dokkan attack here, because we want to be getting as many attacks off. If we get the Dokkan attack at the beginning of the next phase, we do too much damage. Love the ability to select transformations / exchange or standby arts as the profile character. Yeah, that would be cool. You should be able to pick any of the arts, yeah, like if they have transformations. And you should be able to pick the SSR art if you want it, without having to have the unit reversed into an SSR. Yeah, dual Dokkan Fest banners need to feature the filler Dokkan Fest units more often, rather than only past dual Dokkan Fest units. Yeah, exactly. Rather than putting on another dual Dokkan Fest from like 2 years ago, like put on like Roshi and Topo, for example. God, I'm having such mixed RNG. Yeah, I kept an SSR of the Masked Rose, so I could have him as my profile thing. But I shouldn't have to do that, like, because I already pulled his SSR 5 times to rainbow him. I should be able to just set it. And then yeah, standby and transformation and stuff like that. You should be able to set those. Yeah, shout out to Dashku for the follow over on the Twitch side. Appreciate you. Yeah, I had quite a few copies of him. By the time I pulled my final limit breaker for Geo, I think I'd pulled like 11 rosés or something. So I used a few as Kai's and then just kept the one for the profile thing. I guess the big thing with this team compared to like the main team that everyone uses is you can't have the gods as well as the Super Saiyan 4s. But I suppose on the other hand it's like one less unit you have to worry about constantly trying to make sure they're getting stacks. Profile themes. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, the one key is so useful because you can play around it as well. Like characters like this Gohan, you could deliberately just leave him with needing one key, and then when Glorio picks up the orbs in slot 3, he gets it. Like, super useful. Yeah, I'm hoping not to have to transform Gohan. Imagine if we can get all the way to like the Daima boys without having to transform Gohan. Even though it's stacked so high, and then once he transforms, he's going to get hit in like slot 1. Do insane damage with effective against all types. It'd be awesome. At least that's the goal. We'll see how we get on. Man, Goku hasn't stacked up like at all. Fortunately, this is one of those turns where everyone should get to attack, but... Yeah, change it to anything, because even like the normal, like the panels of like where you have your profile picture and stuff, all the panels are just like the green, like they normally are, like the normal menu theme. Unless somebody else has made another Dokkan wiki now. It's a French one. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. We're almost doing like too much damage at this point. The fact that we're one-turning a bunch of these phases means that we're not getting as much opportunity to stack as we kind of need for some of these guys. That's why I'm not putting Gohan in slot 1, because if he gets hit first, he does more damage, which we don't want him to do at this point. revisions to the friend system and the friend point summons with more friend point LRs. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't do another friend summon LR. I guess because they just have other ways of doing the free-to-play characters now. They're doing like the quest mode ones and stuff instead, I guess. Which is probably better. But yeah, friend points do seem kind of pointless now. We have that special banner for the anniversary, so you can get some extra Kais and stuff. But other than that, it's like, what is the point of them? Unfortunate, but it is what it is, as they say. Right, well anyway, I'm going to wrap up the stream here. Like I say, I will continue this run somewhat while I'm at the gym. And then the goal will be to try and carry on, like, once we get to the actual tough stages, I'll then, like, record it from there. And see if we can actually get a run up where we beat it with the double Glorio leads. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. There's no late stream tonight, but do check out the second channel because there'll be no Dokkan stream tomorrow morning. The next time I will be live will be tomorrow for the late stream, which will be on the second channel, which will be Repo with the gang. So multiplayer chaos on Repo. Me, Little Blue, Sister Ningen, Prof, Tala, Raldo. Should be madness. So that will be on Thursday evening. No late stream tonight, no early stream tomorrow. But obviously videos and that still going up. So shout out to all you guys coming out to the stream. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.